was gobsmacking today, I think, this demonstration, absolutely, right? Because anybody who thinks the trade union movement in Britain is dead or hasn't got power or isn't enjoyable to be part of, right, only had to see that demonstration today. It was young, it was mainly women leading the demonstration, right? So I think it's absolutely incredible, really. And I think that it's such a counter to what happened yesterday, because if people saw what Osborne announced yesterday, there's no other way you put it, he declared war yesterday. That's what he did. There's no stepping back from the idea of austerity at all. They're going to slaughter the public sector. We know what's going to happen to our wages now. It's freeze after freeze after freeze, really. Right, and stuff. And even when you get to what Christine Glower just said, when you get to a demonstration and the police can no longer afford to demonstrate, come on the demonstration to cover it, some of us may think that's a good thing at times, whatever about it, but it sums up what the situation we're in. I think there's just 2 or 3 quick things. Firstly, our side, sometimes it can feel like we've got no power at all. But then you look around us, around the world at the minute, and you look at Turkey and Brazil and other places, and you can see no matter how difficult it is possible for ordinary people to fight back. I think that's the first thing. The second thing about today, it was brilliant to have the NUT out with the NASUWT. I think all of us felt much more confident and proud of the fact, right, stuff, that every school group was united and coming out together and the rest of it. But if there's one thing that everybody has said to me today, is we have to start doing this together. Yeah. And I think it means 2 things, really. Obviously, there's more regional action to come, and NUT and NAS members have got to talk about that themselves. But personally, I think that the sooner we get national action, the better. And that's committed to now, which is brilliant, but we're going to need it, because actually, if you look at what Gove's up to here, right, stuff about, he is not going to back off. It's going to take a big campaign, both a political campaign, but also an industrial campaign to knock him back. And the last thing of all is, really, if you're in a public sector at the minute, if you're a private sector worker facing pay cuts and the rest of it, the most obvious thing here we could do is both to march together like we did today, but it's also to strike together. It's not a crazy thing anymore. I think that mad left-wingers raise at meetings and the rest of it, right, stuff about it. TUC last year decided it was going to survey its members to see whether they would like to take strike action together against austerity. It seems to me the most common sense thing on earth that we could do at the minute is to say that it's good we struck together today in the North West as teachers. It's brilliant that people are going to strike together in the autumn, right, stuff, as teachers again, but there are civil servants who are fighting, there are council workers who are fighting and the rest of it, and we have to bring it together. And I think that means just 2 things in the autumn. Number one, in Manchester, the Tory party are going to have their conference on the 29th of September. People know that Unite and Unison and the GMB and now the TUC are calling people from all over the country to come to that demonstration to defend the National Health Service. I just think we've got to try to make that demonstration enormous. But we also have to say to people, there's no point us being taken apart one at a time anymore. When Margaret Thatcher died, what did Margaret Thatcher, our whole strategy was about, right? About taking on one group of workers at a time and beating them, and then doing it again and coming on. And we've got to decide together, in the end, it's absolutely brilliant to have meetings and rallies together, it's absolutely brilliant to demonstrate together, but in the end, we're going to have to strike together as well.
Yeah.